Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Dr. BJ Baker, who's better known as the head doctor. And what I'm going to talk to you about today, everybody is interested in themselves. Do you want to know more about yourself and how it is that you actually work? You know, you are not your personality. You are not the outside person that everybody sees. You know, the real you has things on the inside and the abilities that most people will never, ever tap into. But you, since you decided to tune in today to this channel, you're going to find out things that people really want to know about themselves. Why do you do the things that you do? Why do you think the way that you think? And then you look at other people and you say, I would like to do it that way. Why do they do it this way? The answer is in the temperament. What I want to let you know today is this: the temperament is not your personality. Your temperament is the inborn you. Everything I do it from the Bible standpoint. I use the principles of the Word of God. I use all of those things. This is where everything is. Even if you don't believe in God, even if you don't believe in the Bible, any of those things, I'm going to show you how your life and your world can work because He made it to. His principles have no, what's so good about God and His principles is this: His principles don't care who works them, whether it's a sinner, a saint, whether it's a crook or whether it's one that's not. His principles will work. His principles will work for you. The more you know about you, the more you can operate in the field and in the areas in which God designed for you to work. My hair got stuck in my face, so I'm just kind of moving it. So don't pay any attention to that. You know that this is real, that this is not anything, this is not a, what do you call it? I'm not an avatar. I'm a real person. So any rate, so the temperament is the inborn you, as I said earlier. What that is, and there's three aspects to your temperament. There's the way that you act towards people. I would call it your inclusion. That's your social orientation and your intellect. What you expect from other people, what you want, how you express to others, to your environment, to your work, to your business, to any and all of those things. And then you have another area, which is called control. In that area of control, whether you express, you have some people that they just want to boss everyone. They want to control every part of everybody's life. That's the way they express, but they want no control. They want no one to tell them anything to do. That's what they want. They want to be able to control everyone else, control their life, but no one else's. And then there's an area of affection, not infection, but affection. And the area of affection is what you express, how you express love, how you express caring, how you express those things to the people that are genuine in your life. Those that may be your husband, a wife, it could be your children, it could be a friend, it could be any of those things, and how you want them to express back to you. The temperament, there are 5 different temperament traits. There's the choleric, there's the sanguine, there's the supine, there's the melancholy, and the phlegmatic. And we're going to, over the weeks, we're going to go over all of these temperaments. In fact, what I may do, we may end up doing, is giving you a picture of what a combination of these might look like. In other words, here a person is a melancholy in inclusion. That's their social orientation and their intellect. But in the area of control, they may be a choleric. So they express this and they want this. And then in the area of affection, they may be a sanguine or a supine. And how it is that those 3 parts of that combination, how it is that it works, and how you can work your life to make it successful. All of the temperaments are meant for your purpose. Mine, for instance, they have strengths and weaknesses. Every temperament trait has a strength and a weakness. I believe that God did that on purpose. so that we would not think that we're self-made people. Every temperament needs other people. It depends on how you interact with those people as to whether you're going to achieve the things in life that you desire to achieve, whether your life will be successful or whether it will not. So let's get down to talking about one of the temperaments. Let's talk about the sanguine. The sanguine is this outgoing person. It is this person that never meets a stranger. They go, whether it's a male or a female. I have a friend that's a sanguine, and you would think that he's running for office. You go into a room, he's going to go and introduce himself to everybody that he can. And he genuinely cares about that. But all at the same time, here it is. If you start having a long conversation with him and other things are going on around him, he will lose interest in what it is that you're saying and start to pan the room to find out whoever else is there that he can get involved in a conversation with. So, one of the things of it is that sanguine is going to have a short attention span with your conversation. If you're doing a program with them, if you're doing something, their mind, they're going to be thinking about the next step. This is the way that they are. And they can flare up at you in a second. They can get angry. They can speak harsh words. And then 5 minutes later, or whatever it is, they come back and they're having this conversation with you. And you're thinking, dude or lady, do you realize what you just did? They have forgotten all about it because they've forgiven you, they've forgiven themselves, and they're on to the next thing. So in order to work with those people, I know that you've had some of those people in your life, but you just didn't know what it was to call them. This is some of the parts of the weaknesses. As we go over the weeks, as I said, we're going to talk about the strengths and the weaknesses of these people. But here it is. These are the people that are in media. These are the people that are just so outgoing. They're the life of the party. If you have a party and your party gets dead, you want those people to be around. They, as I said, they meet no strangers. They enjoy people. In fact, if they're not around people, they can have withdrawals. It's almost like, they can get very sad, very depressed. They need to be around people. They're smart people. They're bright people, but they have this part going on with them. They need people. On the flip side, just the very opposite of that is the melancholy. The melancholy person is the one, I'm only talking about inclusion right now. A melancholy person is this: you invite them to a party, they will sit in a corner. They are standing there and they are trying to figure out, how can I get out of here? How long do I have to be here? I don't like this schmooshing, mooshing, whatever it is. I love people, but I don't like being around people. I have people out. They can do this. But if you have a technological problem, if you have something to figure out, here are these people. They will work tirelessly to find an answer. They want to know how everything works. I think that must have been a part of Solomon. I think Solomon carried a lot of the different temperaments, but one of the parts of Solomon was this, is that he really did enjoy finding out things, because he says, go to the ant, look at the ant. The ant does this. The rock badger does this animal does this. And he studied plants and he studied all of these things. That's the melancholy. That is the melancholy. That is really the melancholy. They will look. I have a melancholy on my team, actually one that leads the team. And it's really interesting, some of the things and some of the minute things that she's able to do. But I wouldn't be able to work without it, because that is not in my wheelhouse. That is not something that I do. Things that I would just ignore. Oh, that's okay. That's fine. in the areas of technology, in the areas of bringing things together. She can see. It's almost like the eagle. I mean, you're thinking, oh, she won't notice this. She notices everything. That is that melancholy. This is a person. These are the people that you need on your team. You need the person on your team. And we're talking about team. I'm talking about team building right today. Okay. On your team, you need that sanguine, because that sanguine will advertise for you. They will tell everybody how great of a thing that they're doing. The melancholy person will organize everything. They will make sure that everything is in order. They will make sure that every dime is put into the right place. They will deal with the minute facts. They will constantly be looking for things, and then they will bring other people in to do the things that either they don't want to do, the things that they don't feel they can do, or the things that would help to grow the team. They have a great ability to see things, to hear the vision, and to be able to follow it. Now we're going to go to the next one. And they're stubborn, but they're not as stubborn as the phlegmatic. The phlegmatic is slow and methodical. The phlegmatic is the one that they have an idea, that their mind is fixed. Here it is. They are more legalistic than anything else. They're great attorneys. They're great in law because they will put their teeth into something, and they really believe that everything should be done fairly. They really believe that if you say something and here is the way that you say it. I am very careful about how I explain something to a phlegmatic, because they will hear what you say, and they will hear what you say the way that they hear it, and they will hold you to it, and they can hold a grudge like no other temperament. So one of the things that I find that I do when I'm dealing with a phlegmatic is this: what did you hear me say? What did you think I said? Where do you think that this is going to take us? I learned to ask questions. Now, God built all of these temperaments in. These are strengths and weaknesses. There's a whole lot of others. And as we go through the different weeks and things, I'm going to be talking about them. It might even be to your advantage to have a temperament analysis profile done. But then again, everybody doesn't read it properly. There's a lot of people that take these temperament things and what they think that they've gotten and how it is that it operates, because they take it as a personality, and it's not a personality. A personality is what you have built. You have designed your personality over the years so that you could fit in with whatever group of people that you need to. This is why what it is that you operate in at work, it's not the same person at home. You operate in at a party, it's not the same person at home, because you have built a personality for all of those different areas. And it's tiring. It makes you not know who it is that you are. When you work in your temperament traits, is something totally different. What you see is what you get. I know that my temperament, that who it is that I am not one. What you see on this program, what you see here is what you get. My language, my really not caring, my caring but not caring about what someone else thinks. This is who it is that I am. I am a tell it like it is person. That's actually had a program by that name. I'm a tell it like it is person, and I like for people to be direct back to me. That's whether it's in business, whether it's in home, whether it's in a marriage relationship, a family relationship, whatever it is. This is the caloric. The caloric in their weakness can be mean, can be vicious, can be all of these things. But in their strengths, they can be whatever it is that they need to be in order to have it so that the group works together. The caloric is one that's a great leader. They are visionaries. They're ones that will do the work no matter how difficult it is. They can turn something that seems negative into a positive. They can look at it. This is the people that says, this didn't happen to me, it happened for me because I'm going to overcome it. This is the person that says, when you say they can't, you say, I will show you that I can, and I will. These are very high achievers. These are the people that will do in if they don't have their best side, if they do not have, if they're not working in their strengths, what happens is this: those are the people that were the Hitlers, that were the Stalins, that are some of the people that we know today that I won't even mention, that operate in those things. They will take low behavior in order to do it. But when they change, when they recognize this is not the person I want to be, all of a sudden the change happens, and they can change like that. They can determine this is not the person that I am. And when they find out who they truly are, they start to operate in a realm of integrity that most people will never operate in. And they hold themselves in that, and they hold others also. That's the caloric. The supine is a combination between the sanguine and the melancholy. These are the people you love them on your team because they're faithful, they're loyal, they can be relied on. I mean, these are people that are so sweet and so kind. Actually, Phyllis, Dr. Phyllis Arno, who is a part of the team, she and her husband, Richard, God gave them the fifth temperament and explained it to them so that they found out, as they looked at the different temperaments, they said something is missing. And so that fifth temperament came from the APS. They're the ones that pioneered that. She is a supine. And in that supine temperament, in that abilities, I mean, she's brilliant. She's able to do all kinds of things, but it's the person that says, if you're having a party, if you're inviting people to something, if they're going places or whatever it is, she's the one that she needs a special invitation. Here it is in the room. Everybody says, oh, we're going to do this after church. We're going to do this after work. We're going to do this. And you ask her, are you going? Or you ask him, well, I wasn't invited. Everybody was invited. No, but I really wasn't invited. Well, come on and go. And then you have that person come on and go. They can be lively, or they cannot be lively. Here it is that they fluctuate between the two. They get tired. They can get tired easily on that melancholy side, but that sanguine side wants to keep them running. On our next time when we talk about it, we're going to talk about the ability to endure. No, I'm going to talk about that now. I'll give you that now. The caloric is one that can endure. The caloric is one that can work hours and hours. The things that they can do, the hours that they can put in, and you'll think that they just started their day. Why? Because they live in that place. They live for challenges. They live for challenges, a new challenge, a new challenge. They can get tired because they're more of they, as I said, they can be anything that they need to be. And what I mean by that is they can pull up the strength in order to be able to do what it is that they need to do. If you show them how to operate a machine, to operate something, they have that unique ability to catch it and then to go ahead and do it. But to do the investigation on that, no, they will not do that. They leave that for someone else. The melancholy, all of a sudden they will get tired, but they won't tell you, I'm just tired, I'm peopled out. What will happen is that they will start to fade. They will pass things off to other people. This is the reason that they're great at gathering. Even though they are not a people person, they are a technique. They are people that find other people that knows how to use this tool. They are tool gatherers. They are, I mean, they're magnificent. They are needed. Everyone needs a team. Everyone needs to be part of a team. If you're going to build anything great, you have to realize that you cannot and will not do it by yourself. That's a principle of God. I hear these people that say, this is a self-made man. Ain't no such thing. Just like a self-made man or a self-made woman, they didn't come into this world by themselves. It took two people in order to get them, in order for them to be able to come into this world. It took a man and a woman to be able to come together to birth something. Just like business, anything in business takes more than one person. Recognize your team, recognize the people that you work with. And then one of the things that your temperament will allow you to do is to help others to achieve, because one of the things that I know, as my temperament is really strange, as I'm a melancholy in some areas, which means that I'm not really that much of a party person. I'm not that kind of a person that wants to go places, but I love people having the information. I love them having the tools. I want to impart wisdom into other people. I want to see other people grow. I want to see other people, the goodness, the things that are in them to come out so that they can go ahead and do what they were designed to do from the very beginning. I have the Optimize Your Brain Challenge. I have an Optimized Boot Camp. I do these things. Why is that? Because I want to do these things? No, because I know that people are not allowing themselves to stretch to the degree that they could stretch. And when you start to do that, when you start to use what it is, your God-given brain, your God-given mind, using your head to forge ahead, and so that others will be able to be helped by you to release what's on the inside of you, knowing your temperament, knowing who it is that you are, it will be so much easier for you to find the road that you're on, and you won't go to the left or to the right. You will be focused. You will be laser focused in doing what it is that you have to do in this earth, because the world needs you. It needs all of us. There's something on the inside of you. And I know this because even before God created the earth, even before he created the earth, he had a purpose and a plan on the inside of you. The temperament is, I call it the DNA of a person. And when you look at the DNA of a person, it means that you are so unique. I believe that that's the reason that no one else has your fingerprints. No one else has your toe prints. No one else even has your nose print or your ear prints. You are uniquely designed to do something. The Bible says that you are fearfully. That means that he took time and wonderfully made. Made for what? Made for what? To complete a purpose, to have something in the earth that other people needed. As we go through the temperament traits, as we go through these different things, you're going to find out more about yourself. I'm here to help you to expand your mind, to expand your brain, to use your head in order to bring out the greatness that's on the inside of you. I'll be back next time when we're talking about how to take the can'ts out of your life and to realize that you can do what you're meant to do.